Good afternoon, Onefinity users. So this video is just to show a quick little upgrade you can do to your machine. What I've done here is I've added some connector nuts on some M5x70 millimeter socket head screws. The connector nuts are 20 mil in length. Have to give Bill Blades credit for the idea of using connector nuts. I had been considering machining some aluminum and making it work, but this is a way simpler solution. 5 minutes to install once you get the items. So what this is going to do is it's going to keep that bearing guide from bottoming out against the mounting foot. It's now going to have that connector nut bottom out against the gantry. So let's run a homing cycle here, and we'll just show you what exactly is going to happen. We will go home all. Just keep an eye on the Y here. Sorry for my poor camera work. So that guy's gonna bang into the gantry block as opposed to the bearing guide banging into the mounting foot. A couple advantages to that. It will hopefully prevent that bearing guide from sliding if your set screws loosen, or at least help with it, and maybe a little less vibration on there to loosen the set screws when you home it. Other issue I had right out of the gate was I had surfaced my wasteboard and then went to cut some things. I hadn't cleaned up my dust at all, and dust got jammed in between this bearing guide and the block, and because there was more dust on one side than the other, it actually put the machine pretty significantly out of square, somewhere around 30 thou over 10 inches. Blew the dust out, rehomed it, everything was fine. So I've put one on the upper position on the X. I would have liked to have put one on the back, but the cable management is mounted there, so I couldn't do much about that. And I've put one on each side of the Y. And the Z doesn't actually bottom out on the bearing, it bottoms out somewhere else there behind the router, so I didn't worry about that. So the other thing you're going to want to do is go into settings. Sorry about my camera work again, I'm terrible at this. Settings, motor 0. So down here, this soft limit from the factory is 816, 816. I've changed that to 814 on motor 0 and on motor 1. Then of course hit the save button. We'll go back out here to control and get rid of this flyout. And I'm going to run the machine all the way over on, or all the way to the end on the Y, just to show you that we don't have any issue with bottoming out on the back side. So that's at 814, didn't hit the blocks. If it does hit the blocks back there, you may knock yourself out of step and cause some problems. But I can't imagine that's really a huge deal for most people. I don't think there's a lot of people out there doing 32 1/8 by 32 1/8 cuts, but just a word to the wise. And same thing over here, X-axis all the way over, didn't bottom out against the blocks, just stopped on the soft limit. And on the screen here we can see 814 by 814 for the soft limits. So that's just a quick little upgrade you can do, just to maybe save a bit of wear and tear, or a bit of maintenance, and to hopefully keep everything square if you get some dust built up in there. I'm actually likely to add a washer or two to each of these, just to give a little more space in case dust does get in there. As that dust compresses, it could still potentially cause an issue. I'm not too upset about losing an extra couple mil of cutting area to save potential problems with square, etc. So yeah, those are available parts on Amazon. I'll put a link to them in the description. And I also used a bit of purple Loctite on those socket heads when I put the nuts on. You may want to use blue. I just happen to have some purple kicking around. So I hope this helps, and any questions, feel free to stick them in the comments. Have a great day.